So the dude's got to wonder what in the world does one of them have planned when some little hairless fucker basically ask him out in the rudest way possible. Oh, I'm tired. I've worked so many days straight. We've been down like 2 people in our apartment. And then I've been coming up here. I think I've already been up here 2 or 3 times. It's been some long days. I don't think I'm as tired as I was the last time I was up here, where I basically laid down on the ground and tried to go to sleep. But it's close. Which I went on a run on that night. Just a little ways, I didn't get very far. And I had to come back. That's hard, getting ready to join the Marines and having to do all that PT and get yourself in shape when you work a full-time job. Man, mine's not too bad. I'm a butcher. But it's not exactly easy either. I've had a lot worse. Hopefully I didn't piss any of them off. That was a real worry the whole time. I kind of poked my way into it. And nobody ever seemed to get in an uproar, so I just kept going with it. I did win that cross though. I probably, like, it's made out of brass. It's really pretty. It's got like an enameled Jesus with for God's, I think John 3:16 is on the a little plaque underneath his feet. But if it's too flimsy, because it's made out of brass and it didn't look like something, like it's metal, but it didn't really look like something that maybe would be able to stand up to, out here. Even though it is, it's 12 inches long almost. But what I figure is that I'll figure out some way to reinforce it if I need to with metal, like just bend some bars or something and glue it or something like that. And then I'll bring it up here, maybe on a rope. It'll just be a really simple, I guess, sort of like a necklace or something for them. you know, like I said, if for nothing else, then I guess sort of as like a gesture or something to say that I was sorry for what had happened to their friend. And I guess it was sort of like a double-edged thing where it's that, and then at the same time it's like, you know, some small way to maybe help prevent something like that from happening again. Which, you know, might be a stretch. You know, I'm not saying that it would definitely stop somebody, but, you know, it could. I wanted to do something, and that's just sort of what came to mind. Because it was right down here, it seemed like, you know, along this little creek that I've shown you pictures of that the beavers made, was where I heard her, you know, pretty obviously crying. Very sad sounding. And, you know, I didn't really think at the time that it was what it was, you know, that she was crying over that one and that they knew him. What is this? Why did they drag that all the way over here? That's one of the old ones. See, now what would have been freaky? See, because there's a little drop down here, maybe 4 feet. And I've been up and down that before. I think I got that on video once, actually. Going down there. Because one of them had left or, you know, something had left a bowl down there. And so I jumped down to go get it. It would have been freaky as if another one of these trash papers was laying down there. See, the ink is washed off now, and I can't tell. But if another one of those was laying down there, and it would have felt like she or one of them was baiting me to come down there. Because, you know, there's no way to get back up quickly anyway. But, you know, as you can see, they've messed with the pictures a little bit. I guess we'll look through them. Maybe it'd be cool to see like some odd collared hairs. Like something that definitely wasn't the hair color of a bear. I mean, I don't really care if they... See, there's hair. There's always hair. My dad mentioned shedding. This foot must be shedding. I'll put it all on that for now. I figure they can wipe the water off, or the leaves. And then there's always this mud down here. Or it doesn't really look like mud, it looks more like tobacco spit. Maybe it's tobacco chewing Bigfoot. But then again, it could just be mud that's been on there a while. See, there's another one. I know that hers, Elena's, are supposed to have some red in it. I think was what we were told. We were told like splotches of red and mostly tan. It'd be very cool to like find some tan hair. It's just like turned out to be like butt hair. Like one of them like scratches their butt every now and then. And then goes back to the pictures. I should probably go quicker because I do have to work tomorrow. I'm just getting like the good ones. There's hairs all over them, but I want to get like the good hairs, I guess. I like this one a lot. It's got a good hair on it. Yeah, about like a freaking... Once you posted that message for... she was talking about like having plans of her own. It made me like kind of realize like, oh shit. Because I remember you talking about him being able to control animals, of which there are very many different kinds that live up here. And it made me wonder, it's like, man, she could do pretty much anything she wanted. A lot of really nasty stuff. But then I just sort of figured, you know, well, I've trusted them as much as I have this far. I might as well just keep going with it, you know? And what's the worst that could happen? You know, I get obliterated by a lot of things. And I also remembered mentioning the wolves, using the Wolfman to scare off people they didn't want, people who wouldn't leave them alone. I don't think I'm that bad. Yeah, I'll be blindfolded too. There's the seashell. There's all the seashells right there. I wonder where that crystal is. There it is. That's a really thick hair. I mean, that one's so thick, it's like thread. That's really interesting. I'm pretty sure that's hair. Yeah, I was needing some water, but they were running a deal on Dr. Enough. And so I was like, that'll probably be good. And then I drank like a couple of them on the way up here. And now I'm even more dehydrated than what I was before. Yeah, she never did mention if I could tell my friends about the hair, did she? She said my family. I told my family, you know, just my immediate family, which that was what I intended, you know. I guess they know that. Still need to get a new print of that one. I never could figure out how to refill my ink cartridges. Like, I refilled one of them, but then it fucked up while I was refilling it. I'll have to go home and like doctor it someday. Oh, look. There's one of those snake salamander things. As you can see. No, he's a gecko. That's what he is. It's some sort of like gecko thing. But that's exactly, I call it, in one of the videos, I called it the anus worm. Naming it after the worm. Come on, buddy. You'll be fine. It's cool, dude. But I named it after the worm on the movie Dreamcatcher. Those worms that would crawl up under people's butt. I'll have them laying 2 different stacks just like this. That's more for my reference than anything. That way I don't... It'll be fine. Because he's walking off of it. There we go. I'll put the thing back on it. Let me grab the hair. See, sometimes when I'm standing over there and I'm pretty sure that it's the babies that are coming up to me, like I'll think, hey, that sounds, maybe it's just a field mouse. But then you see a field mouse like run by and they don't actually make any sounds. Unless like your ear is like right up next to them or something crazy like that. I talked to Melba Ketchum about getting a, I didn't tell her about the hair, but I just like was asking her, it's like, well, there's a lot of like different places you can go to get like advice for it, and it's always contradictory. But, so, what's the best way to collect and, store hair? And so she was like, well, a paper bag, like a brown paper bag, because water, it destroys the DNA in the hair. And if you put it in a plastic container of any sort, it will actually collect water and, of course, destroy itself. It'll be, destroyed because of that. So I was like, yeah, cool. Alright, so we got all that set up. The elephant picture, I put that elephant picture on top of the gorilla one for future reference. I do like to keep track of them. I never do go through every single picture hardly. Except for a blindfold. I left my actual blindfold, that green one, at the house. And I've got a shirt. That sucks. I have my gun with me. It's on me right now. They never did say to leave it, so I just brought it, Unless they specifically say to leave it, like I said before. It's getting brought. So we're back at the thing, and I guess now it's time for the really rough part of this. And I'm probably not going to like too much tonight, because, it's just sort of like up in the air what the mood is. But I'll talk to him a little bit, And then, the lights will go out, and I'll be standing here like a doofus again and hoping for the best. You could hear stuff moving around in the woods, and then you could hear like some owls howling quite a bit. Quite a bit in the distance. I mean, it just heard one. So, maybe they're here. Hopefully they're not got something too bad for me in store. Get my reason. Yeah, that's the good stuff, man. Freaking reason. I guess we'll get started.